Hey there, happy Monday! Welcome to another craft night with friends. Alright, tonight we are continuing on our Summer Bloom series of embroideries. These are my test embroideries. It's what I'm going to be using to take photos of for the covers. So right now I have them as pre-orders, but soon they will be ready to go as full-blown kits right when we get done stitching them here. So thanks again for joining me. My name is Alyssa Thomas from Penguin and Fish, where we make cute embroidery kits for beginners. And I'm here every weeknight, Monday through Friday at 8:30 p.m. Central Time. And I'm here for about an hour, and we work on projects from beginning to end. So you can be part of the whole process along the way. So all right, you guys, let's get going. All right, so here we are. I'm going to zoom on in again tonight. We are working on the poppies again tonight. All right, here we go. So we already have the gladiolas done, and we have the zinnias done. I'm in the middle of the poppy, so I'm hoping that we can get the poppy done tonight. And then we have the coral bells to do yet, and also the lily. So those two we'll be working on this week. So this is kind of a free week for us. We don't have anything scheduled because it's kind of half August and half September, and I only schedule like full month weeks. So, so this is kind of another free week. And don't forget our little fox feller. He is just going to be available for today and tomorrow yet. Because then it'll be September and we'll get a new embroidery of the month, which is crazy. It is getting to be September already. All right, so I do have my little color sheet. These are just like my personal notes before I turn it into a pattern. We're working on this poppy one, so I'm going to finish up the red. And then I think we'll do the little French knots and then the little leafy bits at the bottom there. So that's the plan for tonight. So let's start off. I have a little bit of red left here. Let's use this to do the little bulb or bud. I'm supposed to bud. Let's use my leftovers for that. And then I think I'm still going to have to get a new piece for the bigger section. Okay, so I'm going to weave in this end. I'm using 2 strands of floss for this. And I've been doing the loop method of starting, but I had this little bit extra, so I can't use the loop method because I haven't folded this in half. I don't have the loop on the other side. So instead I'm just going to weave in the ends, and that's how we'll get started. Oops. Do what I always do when I only have this much thread left. I accidentally pull it off of the needle here. All right, last little bit. And it's just going to be some back stitch, a little circle of back stitches. So I hope everyone had a lovely, lovely weekend. It started off kind of rainy, but then it was pretty beautiful. Nope, these will not be in the monthly subscription, but I am going to have these available, and they won't go away, Gracie. So it's not part of the subscription, but they'll be available all the time. So the subscription, that embroidery of the month, it kind of goes away at the end of the month. It's just special for that month. And this is just going to be a new release that we have in the shop. All right, there we are. So cute. That would have been fun, satin stitched in as well. Oh, thank you. Always try and get my nails okay looking before coming on here. Oh, Kimberly, so the monthly subscription is just, it's a discount on our Embroidery of the Month kits. So, for example, this is our August Embroidery of the Month. We do a new Embroidery of the Month every month. And with the subscription, you get a discount, and you get a big beginning discount as well. So if you've been hanging out here and you've been kind of stitching the embroidery of the months with us, then people like it because, for one, you don't have to remember to log in and get it every month. Yours will just go out with the first batch and come right to your doorstep. All right, I do need to get another piece of thread for the last little bit there, so I'm just gonna pull another. Oh, you love the raspberry, the fox. I know. I like his little name too, Raspberry. We have not seen him since my parents were here. What we're talking about. So this is we've named the little fox from this embroidery of the month, Raspberry, and this is the actual fox. I mean, obviously this is not the actual fox. This is an embroidery, but like, it's modeled after a fox that's been visiting our garden, and we're like in the middle of a city, pretty much. I mean, we're just like on the outskirts, so it's just bizarre to see that type of like wildlife in your neighborhood. No, I don't think he got scared off because he came back after. So we did a bunch of like siding and just like kind of construction-y type stuff, and he came back after all that happened. So when my parents were here, so he came back post-construction, and that's what I was worried about as well. All right, here is the loop method. Now I've taken that long piece of thread and folded it in half, so I get 2 strands. And by folding it in half, I get like this loop on the end. So I'm pulling it through some stitches that are already there, and before I pull all the way through, I'm going to stick my needle in there. And then when I pull all the way through, it kind of just hooks right in there. We've just locked it on in. All right, now we'll finish this up. I'm going to do the outside, or the inside shape first. How many embroidery of the months have we done so far? The first one was December of 2019. So that was the swan embroidery. That was the first one we did, and that was, because this is 2021 and 2020, that was December of 2019, I think. So that many. Every month, and every once in a while we peppered in one in the middle there, just like a random one. But now I think I'm going to just release more kits like this that'll just always be around. So we've been just talking too whether we should have 20. Oh, that's a lot of designing. Oh, yep, I'm always trying to draw more things. Nope. So this is not the embroidery of the month. What I'm doing now, this is just these are just some smaller ones that will be up in the shop once I get them done. So we're trying to get some more embroideries that aren't tied to the embroidery of the month in the shop. So they won't go away, because the embroidery of the month kind of goes away at the end of the month. We're kind of thinking about that, though. So we'll probably ask in the group later, but I'm curious whether you guys like the surprise of the embroidery of the month. If you wished it stayed around a little bit longer, or should it just be for the month? That sort of thing. We're kind of playing around with the idea of updating our embroidery of the month a little bit. Yep, so these are available for pre-order right now, Jane. So these ones will be available like indefinitely, so they won't go away like the embroidery of the month. They're available for pre-order on the website right now, and I should be able to ship them, I'm thinking still early September, hopefully this week. We're waiting on me actually finishing stitching them right here, because whatever I do here is going to be what we photograph for the covers. And once I have that ready to go, then they'll be sent out. So they're available for pre-order right now. There's a special with all 5, so there's 5 total. You basically, if you get all 5, it's basically for the price of 4, so it's 20% off all 5. But yeah, I'm having a ton of fun, and I like these smaller designs too. So I have 8-inch designs and 4-inch designs. Hoops, not so much the design, but the 8-inch hoops and 4-inch hoops. This is one of the 4 inches, and I'm hoping to do a bunch more of these because I just love this size. I think it's super fun. Oh, Kimberly says the embroidery of the month does have a certain amount of excitement and urgency to it. Is fun to hear about. Yeah, so this is kind of unusual, I think, a little bit that we've had all this time to do all this embroidery lately. We've had a free week. We've had 2 free weeks in a row, basically. So I usually schedule my weeks. So the 3rd full week of the month, we work on the embroidery of the month. And then the 4th week of the month is our free week. So I kind of work on something that I have unfinished. And this month it happened to be embroidery. I finished that Mandala Love embroidery. And we actually weren't done with the embroidery of the month yet, so that carried over into the 4th week. But we actually have kind of a 5th week here, because it's half August and half September. And the first full week of the month, we work on the Granny Square quilt, or we've been working on that. But in a split week like this, I don't consider it like a full week. So we're not going to work on the Granny Square till next week. So we have like another week of embroidery while I stitch these. So it's been just embroidery. So it might seem like we're just doing a lot of embroidery, but usually we will only stitch the embroidery of the month during the month. We just got lucky this month by being able to stitch all of these. So that makes the embroidery of the month special too, is that it's typically, we for sure stitch it during the month. So some of these other ones, like for example, we have the roller skate embroidery now, and some of those smiley face embroideries, those we don't have. Those we didn't do live here. I did shoot some video, so we'll be doing some videos here. Oh, thanks, Raina. Thanks, Darcy. All right, did I do that 3 times? I think so. All right, look how cute this is on the back, though. This one looks like a little swirl on the back. I kind of like that. All right, let's do the little French knots. I think that'll be fun. All right, the French knots are black. Let me grab some black floss. All right. So these are like the little centers of the poppies. Let's see, what would be the best way to do this? I think I'm going to get a smaller piece of thread just so I'm not using a ton. And I'm going to like weave in the ends near... I'm not going to do the folding method, basically. I'm not going to do that loop method. I'm just going to pull 2 strands and weave them in. Because this is the only time I'm using this black. I don't need a big long piece. Okay, 2. Oh, I'm just using 2. I almost pulled 3. I use 3 strands a lot, but for these small embroideries, I'm going to do just 2. Oh, Kimberly's asking, do you name the colors of the floss? I did, and that was so difficult. Oh, that was so tough for me. Naming all of, we have 23 different colors of floss. So we've had floss manufactured, and that 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 was a big deal for me to name them all. That's not my forte for sure. We did not name the thread conditioner yet either. I gotta get a phone call with my brother and get that going. That whole thread conditioner process. All right, I'm just weaving in the end here. Oh, caught the end. All right, I feel a little fumbly there, but I think we're good. All right, so there are four little dots here for French knots. So let's get those done. All right, zoop zoop. Oh, these are gonna be cute with just the two strands. All right, there's the first one. I just think these little dots here are gonna just make them feel super like poppies. I mean, it's not like the poppies have like a lot of little dots like this, but they do have like a little center, and it is kind of dark. I just think French knots worked really well for them. All right, two. Got one kind of in the middle of those. Oh yes, I love reading paint chip colors. They're so good, and I just think, man, that is someone's job to come up with creative names for all of these paint chips. And man, I'm telling you, when I was working on the names for these floss colors, I kept thinking about those people all the time. the people who name paint chips for paint companies. Like that's gotta be, that's probably like their only job is that. Maybe they do other creative writing stuff for ads and that sort of thing. I don't know though, like that seems like a big job that they're coming out with colors all the time, and they have to research trends, and I don't know. That's a interesting job, I think. All right, I'm just kind of weaving in the backs of my stitches just to get to kind of where those French knots are going to be. I'm just trying to stay in the back so you don't see where I've jumped with this black thread on the front of the fabric. We're kind of hiding our stitches behind other stitches. All right, so there are 3 little French knots here. And then I think I'll probably get, well, maybe I don't need a new piece of thread to do these ones. French knots do kind of take up a bunch of thread, though. I might start fresh over there just because that's a long ways to get over to if I'm stitching in the back of stitches. All right. Yeah, I wonder how you get that gig. Well, yeah, gosh. Yeah, I bet you have to do some sort of writing sample or something, but man. Maybe in the interview they just show you, here's 3 colors of blue, okay, that are just slightly different. Give me, 3 names for each of them in the next, 60 seconds. Some pressure naming. That'd be kind of funny. Funny but not. You know what? I am just gonna go in the backs of these stitches. Then I'm gonna crawl up the backs of these stitches, and we're gonna get to where I need to do French knots in this one. I mean, I think I have enough thread. These are little French knots, so I think we're fine. But there we go. I just wove down and up there, just so I could so you don't see it on the back again. All right, we have a whole pile of them here. I'm just going to start at the bottom, kind of work my way up. I think there's about 7. like the big prominent flower, this one. Kind of fun filling up these little spaces with French knots. I'm gonna have plenty of floss, I think. Like I said, French knots do kind of take up a bit of thread, but we just have 3 left. I think we'll be okay. Did I decide on the lily color? Not yet. I think I'm going to do a little bit more. We're trying to decide on this lily. So we still have the lily to stitch yet. And we're trying to decide what color the lilies were going to be. Originally, I was thinking they'd be just like Easter lilies, so like a light colored, like either white or light gray. But now I'm thinking maybe it would be fun if they were still like those Easter lily style, but like really bright, fun colors would be kind of neat too. So I'm going to do a little bit more research on those type of lilies just to get a sense of the different colors that they can be, and then we can decide. I still want to test it to see if maybe they still are like that light color, like an Easter lily, or if we should go bright. So I think we might stitch a few of the petals in a few different colors just to see, and then I'll have to cut out the colors that we don't want, and we'll just have to make a decision. So that's the plan. So I'm hoping you guys can help me decide on the colors of those. We'll do it this week for sure yet. So I'm hoping we get pretty far with this tonight, if not like finishing this poppy tonight. I suppose we could do the lilies next. Why don't we do that, start the lily next? Unless I just forgot to look it up tomorrow. Then we'll do the coral bells first. But I do want to just do a hair of research just to make sure we're picking from like the right colors. And then, yeah, then we need to test it out a little bit, I think. And make a final decision. All right. There we go. I think that's looking awfully sweet for the poppies there. All right, next, all these little kind of ferny, leafy guys at the bottom. So that I have with the lighter color. So this was the fresh basil, the darker green color, and this is the lime peel, which is a little bit lighter, a little brighter. So that'll be the bottom color. So I'm just going to get my 1 strand of floss here. We're doing that folding loop method again to start. So I just need 1 strand out of a larger piece that I'm going to fold in half here. Oops, I think I got it all stuck. Oh, I didn't slide my hand through it before I got started here. There we go. Just got to get that down. Usually I go like this beforehand so it doesn't end up all knotting up, and I just got lazy. But we got it. All right, let's match up the ends. Oh yeah, let's try the thread conditioner for this again so we can have our scented embroidery going, basically. Match up these ends. Got that fold on this side. We're gonna need that in a moment here. All right, let's see what smellies we have here. Okay, this is that Alpine one. I do like that one. These are my brother. He has a candle company, and he's developing some thread conditioners for us. So there's his samples. Deborah says Asiatic lilies come in so many different colors. Yeah, I had never seen that style of lily. So basically, Easter lilies, at least by us, we see, in shops and stuff all the time. And and they must have a different name than Easter lily. That seems like that wouldn't be their name, but you know. Um, but yeah, so this is the first year that I've actually seen that style, like the big, with the big, you know, bell flowers on them. The first time I've seen them with other colors, and like a family friend has a garden with them all different colors, and some is like a deep maroon that's beautiful, and like bright yellows and stuff. So it is a similar style as far as like leaves and that sort of thing, and shape of the flower. But yeah, bright colors. So I wonder if that's the same. I wonder if that's the same thing. All right, let's take a look at this. I just want to check my design a little bit. Yep. So we do have like a stem going up, and then those stems all have the petals on. So it's not just leaves. So it's not just a bunch of leaves. So I think, should we do the leaves, petals first? Not petals. Should we do the leaves first and then stitch down? I think the stem. I think I'm going to do it that way. So I'm going to just grab. I'm going to grab on the backs of some of these stitches. There we go. So I just went underneath the stitches there, and I'm going to put my needle through the loop. And there we go. I'm ready to start again. So I think I'm going to start here. Do the single chain stitches, or basically lazy daisy stitches, up the center, and then I'll come back down with back stitches for the stem. Ooh, these are really close together. So these are going to get, this is going to be really dense, which is kind of what I was going for. I wanted it to just feel like really dense foliage at the bottom, and then you have these poppies kind of growing out of it, which seems to be how it's done. In Poppy Land. All right. Oh, Kimberly posted one. Oh, you posted one in the comments. Ooh, I'll check that out when I'm done here. For the lily colors. Yeah, and I mean, I think you could still stitch it with a light color and make an Easter lily, and maybe we'll have to release a special Easter lily one. But yeah, just to go with these, I mean, these are all just bright and fun, and maybe we want a bright and fun lily instead. I think you guys are convincing me. I think that would be fun. It would go with this series a whole lot better too, I think, if it was bright. I do have a lavender floss. It's I call it the name is lilac season, but it is like a lavender color here. That's what I used on the lavender for the summer fox embroidery. So that's the lilac season color for the lavender, which got me so confused when we were stitching that I kept saying the lilacs, and it's obviously lavender, but the name of the floss color was lilac season. Oh, I think these little loopies are super sweet. All right, after this one we have one more, and then we'll stitch the stem that's coming down. And this, like the French knots, is going to use up a lot of floss. Okay. Boop. anchor stitch. Alright, now I'm going to do the back stitch going down the spine of this. So I'm going to actually kind of cover up where those leaves meet. And we'll have like this little stem there instead. So that's why I kind of wanted to do all the leaves first and then the stem, because then the stem would cover up that meeting point, which, I don't know, it's a nice clean look, I think. You could do this first and then do the loops on top too, and that'd be cute as well. Alright, there's a few little loops down here. I thought I'd do that, and then maybe I'll go up this side over here, but I'm already getting low on floss with these. Oh, it does smell good, though. I'm like, what's that? I was just thinking to myself, like, dang, what's that yummy smell I'm smelling? And I forgot that I put the thread conditioner on, and it's like a candle. That just fills the room a little bit. Scented embroidery. Oh, Amy says, I think stitching in the thunder outline make it seem white. So that's kind of what my original thought was with. So here's kind of my drawing of the lily, if it's an Easter lily. So I was going to use the overcast, which is similar to the thunder. Here's the thunder. So thunder is just a hair darker. So I was thinking I was going to do the overcast on the white color, and that would be kind of the outline. But I was also thinking we could do white on white, which would be really kind of neat, or I have this like fawn color, which I think would work too. So I'm still kind of like, I'm kind of in between the white and the light gray, the overcast for the outside of the lily, but now I'm really thinking, man, it could be a really bright, fun lily as well. Like it could be, you know, a rich kind of orange color and stuff too. So I don't know. I'm still a little torn on the lily, but we'll see. I'll try and get some options together for tomorrow, and we can just decide. Yeah, I think I'll keep the yellow in there, because then it's kind of like the stamen and those bright yellows that lilies have. Although I think some of those other colors, those darker colors, have like those deep lily colors. I think they have like more of a black for that. I don't know. We'll have to see. So I just don't know. I almost kind of want to do two, but we'll see. I will do some more research, pick some colors. So I you know, an idea would be to make them like tiger lilies or day lilies, but those look a little different. Like they're not. I think their leaves, how I have them drawn, are a little bit different. These are more leaves of like those big lilies, like an Easter lily or I don't know, those other colorful versions of them. So I wasn't comfortable just turning it right away into like a day lily, which I think would be a cute idea as well. But I was just like, but their leaves are a little bit different, and their buds and stuff. So I just need to dig into some colors and photos of what they look like again, and we'll get it. But yep, that one's the question mark for me still. Ooh, I got a little twist in that one. We'll be covering that up with the back stitches. Ooh, Stargazer are pretty pinks. Ooh, see, that's what I'm saying. Like we could have them all like these fun, bright colors instead. And we've been using a lot of pinks here, so yeah, pink, that'd be kind of neat. This, like a stargazer one. Okay, liking that. Ooh, Amy says hers were white edges fading to a dark pink in the petal centers. Whew, those sound amazingly beautiful. Oh, tiger lilies are orange with dark spots. They're my favorite. Yeah, I freaking love tiger lilies as well. We have a bunch of them in our yard. But yeah, they do have like really pretty spotting. But see, so those are the ones that I feel like I didn't draw these ones quite like tiger lilies. Like those I feel like have like a longer stem and different types of leaves and stuff, so that's why I was like, I don't want to change this quite into a tiger lily, because I didn't draw it quite like that. I could redraw it, but I already have this one drawn. But I kind of like the idea of adding, like, I like that I could keep adding to this series, because everyone has their like favorite summer flowers and all that, and it would just be fun to just keep adding fun summer flowers to all of these. So like adding the tiger lily and like black-eyed Susans and all of those fun flowers. And these aren't even really wildflowers, so these are like planted flowers, but you know, we could just do a whole wildflower series, and for different regions, you know. Oh, bachelor buttons, I love those. See, we need to do a wildflower series too, like this, because yeah, I love those. Oh yeah, sunflowers. See, all those. So we'll just have to keep it. We'll have to keep adding to this collection. Like, we'll do these 5, and then later we'll add another 5 dandelions. So that's a whole nother thing. It would be so fun to. My mom had this idea a while back, and I still really like it. But to do flowers that are like typically thought of as like weeds, like dandelions and, you know, even like clover and all that, and then just do them as pretty little designs like this as a series. And I still really like that idea. Like thistle, all of those. Oh, bleeding hearts, yeah. It's a good one. Can't believe I haven't done one of those yet. Man. Oh, Sweet Williams, coneflowers. Yeah, we definitely need to do a wildflower series. Ugh, I'm running low on floss here. I should just kind of end this floss and start fresh, but I'm just trying to sneak out like a couple more here. Deborah says the list could be endless. Exactly. Ooh, a dirt desert pea. Ooh, I'm gonna have to look up that one. Ooh, crocuses. Oh, geez, yeah, we could do like those winter crocuses. Oh, and like lilies of the valley. I freaking love those. Yes, it's endless, that's for sure. But how fun. Oh yeah, irises. I didn't put, like, irises would have been a good, those are maybe a little earlier. That would be a good in this grouping too. Oh, I'm just really trying to, I have no thread left for this, but I just have one more. Oh yeah, I'm not gonna risk it. I got other ones to do. If I just had that one last stitch and that was it, I would try and force this stitch out of it, but I gotta get another thread and start it again anyway. But look how pretty it's looking with all this little feathery greenery at the bottom here. I'm liking it a ton. All right, let's weave in the end and start fresh. Ooh, fireweed. So that's the one with like the bright red floofers on the top, right? Tulips. Oh my gosh, I haven't done tulips. Ooh, grape hyacinths. See, we need to compile this list together. But yeah, it's totally endless. This would be fun. Lupus. Yes. Ugh. And it's fun because we can like group them in types. You know, we can do spring flowers and we can do like the weeds. I don't think I'd call them weeds. is, but you know, wildflowers, like they could all, there's plenty in each of those. You know, houseplants even, you know, mushrooms. A bunch of categories that we could do little series on. That'd be fun. Alright, got my next floss pulled. Use a little bit more of this thread conditioner. Oh yeah, they'd make awesome blocks for a quilt. That's a good point, yeah. Ooh, so cute. That would be fun. Especially like this cute little size like this, just a pile of them. That'd be fun. Oh yeah, ferns. Can't overlook those. Weeds are uninvited guests. Alright, let's just hook behind some of these threads again that are already here. That's handy. Alright, through that loop. There we go. One last single crochet stitch here. And we have a little bit of stem on this one, so we'll crawl down the stem. Oops. There we go. Just a few stitches here. Okay, so we have like 3 little fronds left here. I don't know if we'll get them all done tonight. We're gonna get close though, so let's see how we do. If we have to finish this one up tomorrow, that's fine too. We'll finish it up and then get started on that lily, do some color tests on that lily. That'll be kind of fun. I don't usually do that. Actually, I never do that, like, at the stitching stage. I always kind of figure that out a little bit on the computer, but this will be fun to just see what it looks like with some actual stitches, that lily, where we can put some different colors on it. I suspect it's going to be just, we're going to want to just keep it like this rainbow lily. Because if I stitch like each petal a different color so we can test a few different colors out, I bet you that's just going to look super cute. Oh, mushrooms with some grasshoppers, that would be cute. I would love to do like a little insect series like that too. Like, I mean, different grasshoppers could be all really cute and fun and pretty. And butterflies and all that. Last one here. I wanted this to look like super dense with foliage down here. So all these piles of little chain stitches I think are looking cute. Yeah, dragonflies. Oh, that would be fun. This gets 3 little back stitches. All right, let's start crawling up the side for these. I think I hear John. He is doing the final cleanup on the warehouse today. Oh, the poppy foliage looks realistic. It's great. Oh, thanks so much, Kimberly. Yeah, I love doing the research for these flowers. I mean all of these are from are were inspired from my mom's summer flowers that she has at her house right now. So she has all of these growing um, at her house right now. Um, but I do like just other photo research and stuff too, besides taking my own photos. And I always like those details of how do their leaves look, all that stuff. And then how do I interpret that in embroidery and which can sometimes be difficult, and how do I make it not so it's you know crazy, or how we do try a few different stitches to do it. And I don't know, I really like that designing and drawing process for these. You gotta observe stuff and think through things, and I like doing those two things. Oh man, you had a dragonfly in your yard today, bigger than a hummingbird. Ugh, crazy. We were having that conversation the other day, how those were like used to be this, back in dinosaur land, and before the dinosaurs, that those dragonflies were like, huge, like large bird size, sort of eagle-sized dragonflies, which is scary. Alright, I'd like to still finish this one tonight, but we'll see. I'm going to have to start a whole new thing of floss, I think, because I don't think I'm going to have enough for that last frond. We'll see, though. It'd be annoying to leave, like, 5 little leaves and not get it done. Oops, I missed one down here. Alright, so yeah, we'll be stitching this till we get it done, which is going to be hopefully before the end of the week, because I once we get these done, then I will start shipping them out to you guys. So they're on pre-order right now as I finish them here, and they'll be ready to ship right when we're done. I just need to take photos of them, our finished ones. So whatever we do here, like whatever decisions we make for that lily, for example, those are going to be the final decisions for the actual kit. And of course, you can always stitch with your own colors, but I'm gonna, it'll be what colors come with the kit, and that'll be that. So it'll be fun to make those decisions tomorrow. One less question mark to have to deal with. Alright, I do have a little bit left. I'm not going to have enough for this whole thing for sure, but let's get started. Yeah, and there's no way I'm going to not finish this tonight. I can't just leave this last little one undone. And we got 10 minutes yet. We should have plenty of time to get this done. Alright. Oh, I thought I had a little less thread. We'll get like 2 more. Woo. Gotta help it out. Put that loop around the needle. Alright, I think this is my last one. It's just getting too annoying to deal with these small loops or the small amount of thread left. So I gotta get a new thread anyway, so might as well just make it easier for myself. Alright, go weave in these stitches. Ooh, I caught a fuzzle in there. This one's looking pretty from the back too, I think. Alright. Kind of want to leave the backs exposed on these. Maybe I'll write like the to and from, because these are going to be gifts for a couple of my artist friends. We're doing an art trade over the next few months, and my month is September, so I'm trying to also get these 5 done so I can do a trade. And I was gonna put like their names and stuff on the back, like put another piece of fabric in here, but I like that would hide the stitches, and I kind of like seeing the backs of all these. So maybe I'll let them be, and then maybe I'll write like, you know, art trade to whoever from me, art trade 2021 or whatever. Maybe I'll write it on the side of the hoop. I think that's what I'm going to do instead. I kind of like that idea. All right, I need another piece. Ooh, I only have 2 pieces left on this. I think we'll be using it up on some of these other designs yet. There we go. Okay, let's fold this in half again. I think I'll just skip the thread conditioner this time. Oh yeah, I should do the sewing method. That might help me get it done a little bit faster. We'll get it. Oh, Denise, that's a cute idea. Making these like the centers, embroidered squares for blocks. I think that just is a neat idea. I like these as like the itty bitty centers of a square. All right, looping around some of those stitches. All right, I think I'm gonna stick with not the sewing method, just because I don't want to loosen. For the sewing method where you go in and out in the same motion, it's easier if you loosen the fabric in the hoop, so it's a little more flexible, but I don't want to deal with all that. I'm just gonna do these last few in the same way and call it. I think our timing is gonna be perfect, actually. So I just need to go up the side and down the front for the back stitches, and these swees will be done. So 3 out of the 5 will be completed. And yeah, and then the lily, thinking that'll take more than one session, just because if we play with color all day. Well, maybe not the whole time, but that'll be a big part, is picking the colors. So we'll try those out. So we'll stitch it, and then I'll have to re-stitch those with the color that we actually choose in the end. But yeah, that'll take more than one session then. And then the coral bells we still have to do. So each of these have been kind of taking two sessions, which is like 2 hours. So that means we should be getting all these done by Thursday. So maybe Friday I can start shipping them out. That'd be nice. And then Tuesday we'll be getting the Tuesday evening. I'll be changing over the embroidery of the month to September's embroidery of the month. Man, these months are just flying by. All right. 2 more stitches, then the stem real quick. We got it. These would be really cute in a quilt. It's just all the center squares and just a really sweet floral quilt. So that's Adrian, I have a color called Fawn, so that's kind of similar. So that was kind of my original 3 to check if we wanted to do a white lily, like this fawn color, the light gray, which is the overcast, and then the snowflake, which is just white on white, which I thought could be interesting too. But yeah, so this was my original thought. It was to test those 3 to get like a white style Easter lily. But now, after talking to everyone, I just think it'd be fun. I mean, it could be, pink, or it could be like that darker pink. It could be all sorts of things. So I'm going to dig into that a little bit more tomorrow afternoon and bring some colors to the table here, and we'll test them out. I do still want to kind of test out all those different like whites for the white lily. But I really kind of want to do a bright, fun one now, too. I actually still want to do the white one, but for this particular series of 5, I think it'd be fun to have it be a bright color. And then I can always do a different one, like another design that could be an Easter lily, really, too. Alright, we're getting there. A few more stitches. 2 more stitches, I think, actually. Maybe 3. Yeah. 1 more. Yay, there we are. Okay, so let's weave in the end, and we got it. Ugh. I can't wait to send these out to you guys. It's fun stitching these little designs. Oh, Kathy, so these are on pre-order right now in the shop. It's Penguin and Fish. And I actually have a direct link to them in that YouTube description. So it'll get directly to the series. So there's 5 again. So here we go. We got this guy done. So we have, let's see, the gladiolus, the zinnias. We could do dahlias too as one. The poppy. Ugh, that turned out so sweet. Oh, I love the red in there. It would have been pretty with the orange too, for sure, but I like how the red ended up too. Okay, and then we have the coral bells. Let's see if I don't know if oh, I'm like, why is that so faded? It's because it's the back. There we go. So the coral bells, and then the lily, and the lily is what we will work on tomorrow. So there's 5 total. You can get them individually on pre-order right now, but if you get all 5, then you get them for basically the price of 4. It's 20% off for all 5. So that they're on pre-order until right when I get them done. So once I get all 5 of these completed, which will be this week, then I will start shipping them right away. These are actually going to be the covers for the patterns, the kits. So once I take photographs of all these, they will be good to go. So just 2 more to do, and whatever we decide for the colors for this one tomorrow, that is going to be what's in the kit. So I think that'll be kind of fun tomorrow for that. All right, you guys, we're really, really happy we finished that poppy tonight. Ugh, I'm excited, really excited to play around with that lily, the lily colors tomorrow. So hope you stick around for that tomorrow. I'll be here again at 8:30 p.m. Central Time here. And again, I'm on YouTube, Facebook. Both of those are at Penguin and Fish, and TikTok at Penguin and Fish. So thanks again, everyone, and I will see you tomorrow. Have a great evening. Good night.